My mo bibia akwaba na yemfa umbra mega TV and platform we eso. Nyame ni no corridor mo fanche mini studio. Na debia meka oye NPP youth. Na se wo pese wo adwuma ye din a paremfo e na abekwa akogye ato ho so. Eni se obeye NPP communicator. Let me set the record straight. Every NPP communicator be at this moment ebre papa. According to the Chairman Buga Kayano, we executives so and pay for Chairman Buga and you just executive. He is the what? Third vice chairman. Ono the third vice chairman. Edi ma party no. Into the party no up and down beyond onim. But look at how he was being treated at Akotia. I know no only the acting chairman who is the what? Chairman Bute. It was small born in Anho. I am NPP communicator. It means jam and I mean just a mean NDC for United. Now no one Yura Dr. Muhammad Bomia on Mahama Mumu there no musiti. But NPP communicators now radio so what it is and be. Indeed, Chairman Buga course problem at the Amaperti no. Sabri omu honum. Calculations are near coso ewo Bomia kachi a credit upon cast on finding AC. Sa calculations ni be air sana kusubio because she say Chairman Buga akoso or chimwa a ma omudi dayna no. I was avo. O the NDC communicator ni we NPP communicator. Na the difference na e wo no dey be a catch NPP for month ase. Omo bi say empel masem. Dey ntin say ni be ko be beto aso.
And then Dr. Frank Amakwene ba be kwai. Na on say the show na we no. E was social media no. Catch bi wo kotro. Omo say su ni classroom blog a ye adwiregu. And we present my doctor. And NDC ni be a friend Amanda Ochi, almost a former PC was soon. Waber renovate Sadan, Ama Kokotro. And the regional minister Eba working to or cohesive a bit dear school, NDC started MV for Jano or Kobujarian Kasi project. Is NDC started MV Bomani and one million penny Sakasali for finding us. Uriana Okupimu Kokotro. Now project no, and I was social media. At the end, there were TikTok minister and man. And he also make a the resource. And I will call back quiet. And I him feels quite shy. My man, I give my panel and question on cost for any cash. I said, I be a mecassa. Mecassa said, Aquatia highly cosmopolitan. Now, maybe you are quite quiet plant breeding. I will kusi. A man I'm going to education winning by major genetics in plants. And the one who be at me in Yaban. Nemra results by Zotia. Say Lydia, no matica. Ye Lydia no matica, but bones who defense ya if you're born down short national, but you need no road, now video. I shall. I thought the crowds were defending was working, no, I shall ungo. So I make us. Now, Mecachi say, Eddie Berini, being simple, sir. So I make us. It means you was for 56. Yet the young predator, Yamizu for 55. Baby and baby C 54. So I make us. Aha, the simple, and Anna said, "Yeah, ya bo bantoma. Now, quite tonsu na kusuma. Obi antibusu na siu. Mo fa aduma ku be fi any NPP forms the mom kai kan cash. And yes, you yadi obi eti omu. Me say, si asoma ase ku gwa ekofa nkyere bra. Nyefo mo apese ni o manso nkwanta. Na ku gwa ba bedu manso na fa nkyere ma. Ade bia nu ebeto duama na yede se enkyere na wan de. One farmer, so that make us. And we said the name of your challenge was a Mungonji, Kotiamo, Momania, and some more resign. Kumawu, what make elections? Kumawu, MPP, Adjoso, MPP, and Ogra, unopposed Bibe, so that make us. I want to do any more than Mucheri in India, so that make us. As in not, Yergy, Abekuma not your corners, Yergy, Aquatia. National elections, yes, I do for 6 now. And that this a year, Omalusu 4 elections. So that making us. And now the entire moment in the party now more unattractive because said by me do money. My election is one thing. My general election, I can't one I answer. You know, to marry 9. No, my didn't go near me. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ko akwatia no message be no require was the pressure and akum and the school mewa enti pressure na akum ndi buja wo say emra omo 2012 omo de omo banyi ma ko court no be so wu ala enti ebi no mo get no money message because abana transu 8 years we never say be school dan we mam DVL office yes and then this who can nyina na do message dey NM and the political strategy omo ni bi me send no message bi anwumre say who interview na bi and obusa na so wo hin won se wo akwatia and won se na nya na omo faile yi 1 gram and won na no nya divine attention me boa de wo ko ngran ko de wo ko akwatia so dey eko but you saw say NDC united e wo akwatia ho na ga so hwe method na na e bo na 442 and answer onion information no say regional minister be a kwa or family NDC is very 30 no do mun nyina ko wura at a time and the regional minister no eye na adwuma no na MMDC so dey enam kronkitu no so dey eye adwuma so we make us the Dr. Frank Amakwen so follow na okowura akwatia no okọ na aseda asole okwakwasi da asole aso okwa no me we say one man change me kura mu do mo say the youngest minister one year was one of them moto ni ai na sa ohwa ahafo regional minister it who say we are on the grounds na na bia mo say ni pa me to mo ye campaign mo menu hu da ye ase du nketia ani Joseph Yamin so Joseph Yamin a wo ba adwumani enwe ya ona ana general so de owo big heart say ensemunu bia beka bia he is ready to swallow them unwa yi na so de eyi ase de na ye article ye ko na ye unum say de ye besi na esi a sa udi shefrim na mebu yi na sa abom ya ya baba it was sending negative is there emi for ni ready na say but be kura papa na yi ase na say 1 week rest and from here eba cash bu ja won say papa fa ni be na yi na ye ni ye ni se mesa ko it was say would they get that infantry say on be huro ya na zo me pam because say kasa na ekonom MC ba MP zu zame na cash agote da men so follow ni o so de ho si wona afiri what now
yeah
lawyer one parliamentary candidate for NPP no mo nya atamfu
yeah way
most of parliamentary cases lawyer na di man it is when you the announce go say okwan no tokwa na because chief of okade na okwan no won so we end say young police and so da atwam
yeah
cash mebu me primate ni dia Mr. George ni emenu na ebusan ye fanya policy bi o the millennium agency policy ya ni say social media unie ma frɛ wafa waka wadwe mesma dey maka argument ye wia ma flow unya ade obi ehun so ye dey unya ade e fa so ye professor fa so ye doctor unim di onim no so bi wan go school kura e finya san wo kan a wa bitu youth ni be dey e be di akiri and guys so we 2024 campaign so we say e levy everywhere youth redaction in the youth ring me wa we say university stressor in the youth ring and you to we na university company na ulu so a we say won dia say ade Bawumia ka say me wa Bawumia so the ntia mu go na chinya say was wo all the northern vote any zongo vote e on me boa at the end of the day so he lost in all zongos and now boy be say ai tafo ahin bronum zongo vote no win am na wonya san vote to so na make us we be quiet say a victory so was say I was on the vote dominated by one from zongo and to mutu no win as ambuari ni wanya as on the vote to and message no money bi ena ukọ hwɛ the oratory ene kom aya okay canvassing and voter engagement who say endis for near of men no din kita ho
yeah
ena mo so mo de mo say vigil say ayi man the royal ladies type na also say
royal ladies
lawyer say royal na so mo why
sorry lawyer
na so mo why
omo ho
some begin night ni wa mama na be vigil night no mama royal ladies na ma some can page 92 me just say one baby so o chairman wa maybe o da mechanic I say na o gabi when you report na o can 92 na report obi a woni dia work enti na bi dia no yin na mfa so da make us and a cash the no for aduma go say security na bi ameka say security dia ni ho so say wa bo ho ba and election so on ria
okay
what do you so obi atam o say as obi afri wachi enti cash e me na o say o mo kan don get say obi adwane jam mama kan just say metro for na omukọ NPP for metro is for metro no omuni locus bia ho na me mo IGP abaso ka asem bi wose ye ne ahun ha ide ye nguta hwe mi wa no omo mba for reinforcement ndi omo ti sima omo ye fully armed and I cash omo so with the mobile prison bi ko friends
Maria.
And numbers are not almost as a cashim. Madam, come to Gabunya, this is a position.
And in fact, you can better not condemn us.
That was shown on the Ukraine. And all the time was I can depart. So on the boat to be triple. There was a friend of Masaud. And I was at a deal. Chairman Buga. Anyway, also I use my how comes so some between 40. Mizomo Kobe Biamungobi, Zora Meganas. Say yes, you and your baby and trap for now because a Nissan. And I'm born here. What didn't work out? So I don't make. I was only one copy. Obianko had done. And it is Masawood in a avocat. Azoka.
So for Azoka.
Yes, me and sources who are parting. She's a politician, scientific.
Quickly, Mamma Gabi, Wakasa, Odianka, Okasa, the own cancer. Baby, they watch Yakakra. O say the Fumbia dance. So be any Ginny. I Buga, okay, the deal of now tell you offer than the macho one assign. The deeper power penny, Chairman Bugana, Omugan, the cash, the only answer I got young in India, but Bandisi, me a 3 million Denko, she's on a okay. Young was swam a gas food for any year. Miss friend one family to attempt. Yet me do attempt say me for them me wo fufu ba jenko agum so party azana me dey make a chada ada hello FM me bo odu obi chom say muntie odu am ye ma ya mi sa asem na ya make me say me for so na ase agabia na afo so o ka say ye go for ni jiji sika na ye na eja make je to masa you to get to motor akwaji small scale mining sika we to akwaji sika na wo ma any obi okwa illegal na ye say ye ni sa any pa na on say before ha no enti wo bata cha me ye we ni ya ye say jiji sika na say ya lose wi Wakaya ni yedi. The phone one va. Quickly. Ben who from for the natam. I want to na answer. Abutre.
Gosh. Yen about. Okay. Yen about. Okay. And you this ya kaminu na ka to him. The phone one va. Me show what do on fa. No, somebody do atem obi akon maybe. Ye dey be hia. You show kon get. What you about respond?
Martin meba Gabi. Yentie Masaud third vice. Yentie nkomo kakre. I am quite power.
The catcher is Alaji. I will destroy all of you. What? You people should update us. What is going on? 1 week to Akotia by election. Bute. When I'm the Abuja catcher, me don't have the catcher, the Abuja catcher. I will destroy all of you. What? You people should update us. What is going on? 1 week to Akotia by election. Bute. When I'm the Abuja catcher, me don't have the catcher, the Abuja catcher. Bute catcher is Alaji, acting national chairman of the New Patriotic Party. Or say Alaji, I don't know anything about Akotia by election.
Oh, NS Yakumi.
Let me catch you and say, Adan, one Fred General Secretary. No catch me say what Fred General Secretary for the past 5 days today. Or Fred General Secretary Mfa.
And to more on
this is what the first vice chairman said. That on Fred General Secretary 5 times. Let me phone a Fred General Secretary. Let me say General Secretary, yes. The acting national chairman, Bute said he called you 5 times, you didn't pick. What is the problem? Me, we are white kura. No, General Secretary me baha na for your market ho. Na for your market me say na for your market say hey Alaji, o say na cry. Wo opposition no dia wo din pa. This is what Afoyomaki told me. I swear to God. Afoyomaki said, Alaji, Mayadawo, opposition no there. The whole national executive, who know the opposition here, who the opposition in power. Let me be sharp, Bute. What Bute say? He don't know anything. Skabia no ho bad no. Let me say, necessary I come by election this time. Rapoto. Misa free Nana B, your security system no. Say security nipa sign na dey call. The national organizer couldn't tell me how many securities are we sending them as a personal security yedi omuko Akotia.
All right, okay, Masaudu, voice ena yetie ye no. Kofi, onya na be chisheta mama ye ha. So, there be untumi misai sa, Anya untumi misai sa. Crowd time. Ye niema time na wakasa. I hope you understand what I mean. That's right. Kofi Mientio.
Metia with TFU, about take a few days. Now, I don't know why people are jubilating, say, Yakoba election, one. Akwetia, a TFU of Fanchami, I don't mean Akwetia, Ashawu constituency. Meka Ashawu constituency.
A swing.
A qua.
A swing. Into a swing constituency.
Mechanic. No be Osha 2016. Yeah, 2016 election. Na ye Honorable Baba Jama meboa. On na ye MP. O free hona amase which MPP e buy. Amase free hona lawyer ya 2024 ko lusu ye. Ayi sorry, mo candidate ya 2024 olusu ye e buy which is NDC. Henry. And at 2024 NSC akumia de aba. And as I say NDC aba. Now people are jubilating and ya bamu no ya kono. They don't know history. That is why Justin Koduabeka say this election has no bearing on 2028 because history no emanisa.
Oh, you no kra no akakra. Dr. Isaac Brako Swaka say it has no bearing on the
in 2013. Uti in 2013 near to Abama John Dramani Mahama o Mampanyini. Na within 1 year NDC winning by elections miensa within 2013 wa wo fun bia fa na check ye kwa Akachi South NDC winning ye kwa Brem NDC winning ye kwa Kumbugu NDC winning over 2015 that same period no ye kwa talents na MPP seat papa ni jai parliament adwuma no kodi hene se mo be kaya ye kwa talents NDC party in power e winning ye fro ne ye kwa Amenfi North na MPP seat and also so by election by NDC winning 2015 so within the 6th parliament no NDC winning by election maku 5 ye fro ne kwa Buga kwa North ebra MP no JB Dankwa eno MPP NDC ankonti MPP winning ene ye kwa Abetifi very good eno so MPP winning but wrap up to the whole 2016 election upon say we winning all these by elections best 5 out of the 7 2016 election NDC had the worst defeat in Ghana's election. Yemra fast forward to 20 under the 8th parliament 2021-2020 to 2025 2 by elections by ane yakuma wuni ejoso MPP winning ni nyina asin of na way round asin of what a way round by election okay but okay asin of was in 2023 right NDC winning ye ba kuma 2023 NDC winning empo some MPP winning some months to the general election 2024 ejoso MPP winning convincingly. Oh, yanko ejoso, manko ejoso. But the ejoso dynamics was different because now I obiase amemu oboni MPP ebunti. The independent. Oh, with election there, so obi standing independent. You cannot count him among party all running. In an election, no MPP ni. And we decided say was standing for independence. So what I say, but we won convincingly. By through 2024 election, Ghana for say the dynamics in Ejuso is different from the whole the dynamics in the whole country. Me pacho so what I say. Yenya ye worst defeat after 92. 92 crowd yanko.
Strategy adebeko constituency no, enya na adebeko national.
Very good. That is why I am say by election 8 months in power, you still have the goodwill of the people because they voted against the previous government due to say no muwaye. Me pacho what I say. And wako by election wako win. That do not take away with ABN new maybe MPP as a party. Ya nye. So what I say. Me the party had a divided attention. me kachire panyini bi a minim ne say whilst we have decided to go for the Akwatia by election, we should put all the presidential election processes no, because these people are every by election
over there now they are on hold.
Meba on say party na shemra.
Okay.
Party na shemra. Say what they me tro na say. And a party neck no and a shemra no makwa say neck na nhye. And by election say me nuanu NDC for be dia dance ya. By election is mainly run by the national party and not the constituency or the region. Mo dia mo ye ba besimu so ema mo ma ye guideline, but all operations are run by the national executive. And to who this national executive na almost 4 days to the election now we receive forms every day open so the flag bearer. That time no NDC as a political party a won election bi ada nanim just Akwatia no ne forces ni nyina wa Akwatia ye dey. Imagine say as a general secretary for the NPP wa so na we receive the form of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, Dr. Duchumne, Dr. Brian Champon. Who spend it just who the fans who spend it be 3 hours at our national party office. Satam NDC general secretary wa Akwatia o. As a meeting be crumpo say kwaswa. Ono betima attend it, but where be you will be absent. So what they make sure na say. It is anyoma no haye wo Akwatia. People are talking about message and hey, every by election has been a sympathy vote. Omuko are saying off. What was the message of the NDC? NPP for Tata, or they say Jachikwesi mebwa. NDC for Tata Jachikwesi. Now the intro mutata ni nyina say omu pese omu nya majority no omu LGBTQ. Editum. Wasn't that the message? Nanya sympathetic message na omu de koy. Every election, se nipa ni enya free mu nko adia. What's the deal on? Both NPP and NDC.
But baby I can go in a Matthias here, but the issue is me who baby I can go. Said we are most shas here with that sympathetic message. But the issue is sympathetic message na muna kuramono. Kwai be na mufa so use no. I'm coming. Tie. The other message and come ba so ma mi wie ya. By election bi ase nipa nya free me bi o kura na. Ye na yi ankasa days to the election. Said ye be ya areho ene nioma ebe dey. That has been our political strategy. That has been that has been the political strategy. And moreover, Dr. Cash, me catcher will say, will say, school die with me na misi mam. Who tell them metron? Gabriel also catcher will say, to abama me na me mesi school die for fronye day. And can which on here school die for. Because development are inessential. Your development no ye nya ni nyina nwie. Enti NDC ni our promises me na me wa aba mu. Wo to aba ma me a wo kwai metima ya ama. Wo school metima si ama. Wo hospital metima si ama no. Ono no message no will carry more weight on any day than what wo ka kire ni say school die we me na me be si. E wa si awie. Me pa cho so atiase. For now, who ye MP or at the end of the day, become power because MPC school die. MP ni law required. But on the say na buy na head. Intermediate by election, no. Dear me kan na me hama wo ho nyina ne say mebo Ghana police service. Abaso. Mebo Ghana police service abaso no. Na masabo Akwatia constituency no so. Abaso ni nyina ne say Akwatia constituency ni ma bibi ye say we are ready for violence ni adia. And the bemo obi ofra bonten kwai. Ama wono so de ne dia baba be dey. But the whole Akwatia man who say we are ready to go for a peaceful election. And to what ofra bonten ba wo de violence e ban you easily be identified. That was why chairman azoka de ebe to dwama obi aye dey. Ehun ye eye na nka na ebi wa ha, ebi wa ha, nke bi anka chairman azoka de kura obi anye dey. Ehun. But going forward, you know, what the Ghana police did it right at Akwatia, they shouldn't end there. They should rather improve it. Because say through general election, you may not get the number of men at Akwatia. At the supervisory peaceful election, general election.
enti ye busa ye say through general election na akoye one police officer to a polling station, one prison officer to a polling station. And also there ba dey na Ghana police be. Me that me kira say Ghana fo nyina ye nsua bibi mfra kwatia by election. It is one of the few by elections are peaceful, are violent free. Yeah. We can do it. And we have to what? Do it.
Say this police near proactive. I think so after the election, Krana still police presence was around.
Oh yeah.
Even after coalition, Krana still police. That's
all. Krana police barriers. Police were still minding.
Coalition system.
Aye.
And I'm about Dr. Maneboma Basso. Who's saying the first time all election directors? I'm going to treasures.
Yeah, me funny.
If you can't be trouble, 5,000 ambassador. Dr. Maneboma. Was it be treasures? Is it if you require trouble 5 times? Mom, many of you or trophies down where put gas on to go free. The system now. Papa, worry, we win here. We win. That is how. God is almost there. No. You knew who they are. No way.
I'm coalition. Maybe I'm set coalition. I know what Dimpa you come. NPP coalition. Serious.
I've got that.
I'm on kind of banana new baby. Na NPP coalition center. I ready.
Cash me bajo.
I
got that.
I say not to some beat you on 2 terms of coalition.
I know because they say no.
I say not for the Yanko election. You go chop pictures.
No because of money Buama. Dr. Mane. Oh yeah. I say not for money crazy.
Mate,
the election system there. Why you solid?
Perfect series books and I make
go back to Mampeni. I was say Mampeni acting on. Okay. You know, I know ye buy and no the also share there. Sana constitution no
echire
esiyenye no
inti se metewasi ye dia na say President John Dramani Mahama follow recommendations of the committee.
Yes,
in accordance with Article 146 Clause 9.
Yes,
were followed correctly.
Yes.
All right, then yeah say Chief Justice Tokonu or share petitions at a buy no would you say onya sufficient opportunity or they be responded to allegations and that committee no any as far as a year committee no findings were made to the public or share man that's given opportunities.
Doc say uka say wo kan no say ye ton safre no na obishia committee no dia ye be ka say emremu no sa na ye no she must be heard.
Okay.
And what she heard? Well, from what we heard,
she was heard
in camera.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
But once she was attending proceedings, once she was invited, her lawyers with herself were before the committee. You know, what it means is that she was heard.
She was heard.
Ebia so kohona womu manu akwenya manen kasa. Be sure say ebia kwa babe ka kire. Say bia me ko ye no kura no me ko tena ho ya mama kwenya mankasa. But me yes was mate bibia sa say.
Okay.
O say ya manu akwenya amanu ankasa. Problem bibiri wo dwumadi no a committee ni di ye no. But emu bia ni ho a efa the procedure as it is in the constitution. And the opportunity given to her to also face the committee, you know, and the problem be any home. But you know to change the ya no ihu pa.
But okasa problems be problems be bre ewom.
Yes.
Problems ne e bini den.
Well, the edikai on say your constitution no the kan say yenti committee. The kind of committee yenti they said you muni omuduma no emra na nka ho hwe.
Okay.
So what it means is say yenim say the practice of that committee, you know, enye inquisitorial committee and I say enye adversarial. There's difference between the two.
Inquisitorial no ye den.
Inquisitorial no uko the civil jurisdiction now. In fact, omo criminal ayikura inquisitorial. What it means is say asemwesi ye hwehwem ye nyina ye hwehwem. Nti wo no ye fro na wo ba wo the person of interest no what is say dance ni.
Okay.
Nti ye pe no kure no. Eni ye nyina ye busebusa ye ho nsem eni ye hwehwem. But uko adversarial no dia. Eno de yesi wu ni fo wu na ye do aba begina committee nanimu ana ye den tansa abo no wu ni fo so de ni nyina da de den tansa no abo no so won wo so wo kire se why bone enti in adversarial committee no wo kwa o pekura na akasa there's no burden on you.
Okay.
ɛna wonsɛm ka ye munum poni o nioma bi wo ho a mmara no bɔ ho ban sɛ wo nkoka it is a criminal trial.
Alright.
Na yedi nipa no agina daka mmara ne so ka bibi ne be incriminate no a wo ho kwan so ka so nka.
Okay.
But in inquisitoria no ente saa. Enam se yehu ne se ye nyina ye hwehwe no kore no nti no. Eno no ye more open. Yen constitution no nkyerɛ the practice of that committee. Eno ne be ma me no complain say at the point in time no I confused. Say are we litigating in terms of CI 47, which is the civil procedural rules, and now say a fact finding committee. And I shared that confusion because I mean, me year before the committee, I'll face the same reason. And say, I'll face the same problem.
Oh, okay.
As far as
processes are concerned.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, because on say a drew tembia. One share any panua to me in one were invited one. As and when our open or switching in between. It's Ukobusa say na petition, original petition when Nipano de buy and Bremuke friends say and the originating process very, very, very important.
Okay.
So mami any extract based on the prima facie one na yen several me the original petition and one sign one. It means I'm not even properly before the committee.
Why?
One say it said you'll be a sama on yen several the rate of someone. Okay. Yes, several any other process other than the rate of someone that you are not properly before the court.
Okay.
Enti emremu ye kasa service very, very, very important.
Okay.
And until your first document no originating process. And no crown the closing court no with jurisdiction. Well no. Enti say Matis will be at the petition aba. The core council of state the omuka ye omunya prima facie and no ya several me niema bibiri but where is petition no me hu nipa no signature no so say ma me no be ka say no de busa uhunu bebia ewo eno no ka say wo in terms of CI 47 the civil procedural rules na what do you mean is that you ye ni nyina nullity.
Wow.
Utumi ko boni nyina edigu but in that bread they will tell you say no we any litigation we are not litigating, this is a committee. But in the same vein who confirm say a committee it's the rules of engagement pertaining to a litigation yen fan to nchen na yen nim komo wa so so a no so no one we ya be no na consequences are because the stakes are very high. Okay. Reputation is high. Ojuma is on the line. Just say a lot is on the line. Right. That confusion no na ewo.
Okay, fine. Afi yenko grants for removal no so. Ye bisa the specific act of misconduct. Me no ka say ma a leading committee no more recommendation no for her removal. The specific act of misconduct.
Doc,
important pa good.
And somewhere ba bontin aye TBA na kwentu a so 2 year. Na wode ne baba ko bie. Na on another occasion ne kunu. E ko bie.
Okay.
The other one no so ayeti ye say assembly adani ofori na owo against bank bi. Na at the trial court no than you for you ni but echo esoro no the decision overturned.
Okay.
Te honso na entiase enye adwuma. These are mienu and the other one I say judge be a transfer no. We ni miensa me mate.
Okay.
And mpanifo no so nka bibia
apart from these three
a almost no mu gina so a omo edi ne free. Na doc e ho na reho no wo
teaching
ya bomman no
kwan ben so
the tofemu no doc the meka say sa ade wi ayaye no ya bomman no na yensem na ho bia na me di areho so wo ho pa if we say in fact enka yemfa ne say NPP ene wa ban mu ena a chief justice I appointed under the NDC regime. Ye ni say ya ka betena haka the American ya as a lawyer.
Sentin out na say me catch there say by the power vested in me I will remove your political
amanyosem ni nyina afrim.
It will be a the actual law. the 1992 constitution eka eno ne yegina so de tie ngomo no
doc de ntia make say de yaye no ya anya de ene say de di kan yemfa akwantuo no de adanse ebede adwa no kire say Supreme Court judge e was akwanya no in the travel policy ne emre wo na dwuma no a wo ye no ho no e manu akwanya so otimi tu kwan a obi ka no ho nchi no wahye wo ba ho ne say yesi nipa no wo kan ho no wo ye wo security na utumi substitute the year a bia wo busuani ba atinye bia ni ho so otimi tu kwan obi ka no ho nchi no wa amfani security anko e no de ne baba ekoye ho na asem ni nyina ba bi gina ho
ni kunu na ne baba
in one you say ne baba the other so ni kunu so I'm sure say two different travels,
so it could be say okay, two different travels.
Yes, that's the understanding.
Different travel grounds, no. She gave opportunity to the daughter and or give opportunity to the husband.
Yes,
all right.
I will know more two kind.
Okay.
Nah, I don't want to.
But I can home. I learned so on your two kind also no. Yenim say financial according to a year 1992 constitution. Constitution say even with the financial services within the judiciary and even into the office of the Chief Justice, it is being regulated by the Constitution. Inti on to mean sorry for sika nye de ope. Inti de ye tie ne se oma ni kunu no pediem. Ode ne ban tu kwan so asama ne pediem.
Sa ne yina yate no. Na mra no so se nipa no oni ni tu kwan no. We entitled to pediem.
According to the law.
Yes, mra bo no na dwuma ho ban no. Eti ko bia do fa no ne ko woni ni chief director ne ko ya obia wo ayi wo no fa no ne ko ya ko entitled
but oni made ha me am tia medwum sisia because Sikano is involved say financial malfeasance or whatever feasance it is I am one settle now meaning say public account committee e was someone getting involved as far as Sikabem
yes
but in park son kasaye as such saying
Doc,
is it because omu ni information
bia de nti omu nkasa ye no e wo na say na me pese me hunu fa
okay
ye mfa ne se de bia ya na me argument am pese me share here from the worst case scenario ye mfa ne se na woni hu akwanya se woni ne ba no etu kwan e de pediem no ma no e na wonu nu susu se ne ba ne entitled and a judicial service no so say ne ba ne entitled till omutu aye because can you only tuya
minim
a service no
through
their own process
there no any conflict of interest
no the service
say order ne ba no call ye no any conflict of interest
no and na ye ka say emre ebo na dwuma ho ban no otimi ni na busuani tu kwan
okay all right
yes na sika no per diem no a judicial service editua also in good faith say she's entitled the bano entitled doc the amekani ye dwuma yomu no sika bi tumi bedi ho enye se sika agwawia there's difference between si wako wie sika and say ye tua bibia ma na akire ye hunu say enye ne kwan no so ye dem invest bibia me kira de etimi tua sika bi ma na akire auditor no ba no disagree. Okay. Then they will write to you and you refund. It happens all the time in public service.
But not quite long ago, last year, Bra Public Account Committee here. I'm invited teacher Nibi by because now we're receiving salary beer. Meaning so okay, that story now. Now we're receiving salary beer. A brona ketuaso. Then Public Account Committee Chairman Bisan said, did you by any chance see says Sikebi abeto account to moi a bru aketuaso or say yes my lord? And on Bisan said, na who says Sikebi abruna ketuaso no? And then why also who and I say a free inti Chairman Bisan says, so you have chopped the money or say yes Chairman I've chopped it. Inti and yan phone so
absolutely
exactly
absolutely doc but they can't baby say Sanyema we si ewo abanyuma mu baabia nemum enya grounds wa ye gina so the head of a whole arm of government ho ena asem ni nyina wo na ye kase ye fa sa threshold ni say si obi ya abadwuma na yemfa ne se mfunsuo bia tumi ma yeyi ne free ho a Ghana mampani akonya no kra beda mpan e de Mira John Dramani Mahama na dama unim se de me bunufa the respect I have for him na konya ne beda mpan because ono kra no awie ne transfer nyi akonya bie ni ho abadwuma bie ni ho a misusu se ye benyu obi ama na ye if ye pick sa threshold we say ye de abadwuma amaw a whole institution like the judiciary now we say yemfa ne say yemfunsuo mpo a se mo ye kan yemfunsuo na mfunsuo bie tumi yi obi free na dwuma o yemu a ye bekwa kofa nipa we hin no ma ba be adwuma Ghana enu nti na adwuma bia ukomu a ye wonfunsuo a wo ye a ye ba okoko ye wo de wo ye a waso twen no on say need this a
query type of
yes ebi o ye tu anim ebi o ha ye ma some days now wo de akwakote na fie ye ntua oka for those days ebi nso wo ade mu oduro pa no eno de ye se yetimi eyiwadi eyi de no kra ye o mumienu ye oba kubu a ye se termination eno no ye ma be face committee eni ade ye wi a na ya ka kire o se yetie wuye ye no ye hu se what's your palm fee now entitled me the amount yes bidum so ho mpo ehia kra se ye frɛ committee yetimi yiwa di straight kofie na wokɔ eno no ye frɛ say when there's a breach of the fundamental engagement no
okay
Boatin versus Agogo hospital
okay
that's what the court said said nurse ni a wo ba e ba be wo na wo so on na nsɔre nkɔfa ne kete wo so nsɔre nkɔfa ne de wo so nim sa akoda yi ba ɛna ɔyɛ hwehwa na harm occasioned pregnant woman no awo ba be wo no court no say the nurse ni ye no de ehia mpo se hospital no frɛ no ebusa ne se na anu ye se na di asɛm na aka fa ho e wo so o mo pam no obi emusa ne hwee enti won say ye di so
okay
we hu enti say ye ka se chief justice ya wono no wonye a normal public servant bi na wo ye head of a whole judiciary ni ye se enye se sikanda baby no wakowia ana wafa kuntuna sibi akwa yade bia masika bia bedi ne ho but in good faith na adwen ye ne say akwantu ye metu ya me mba tu ye no ne kwa so no and the whole judiciary also agreed say yes saa ne ye no enti ye tua we di amaw na etire ye susu se daabi enye saa ne wo se kwa etise mia me university etua sika ma bia ma me ne ye susu se o se we kwa ade adabi na nkeni kwa so se ekro se mimi mpo ye nyimadia adenti ne hu chief justice ye kwa kugina so eyi na die e ho na manyosem no bamu doc
all right say o ye lawyer yi say ebia asem eda ba maso amoka mako first hearing second hearing third hearing nanka onim say judgment beba okoya ya sesa judge no a otie adwamu wo as a lawyer then I obedwene then eba wadwene
doc me to me a catch on authority with my near a decade in legal practice. I can tell you how many times I may change judgment. We grad in your trial. We grad your counsel trial. Me change judgment. Yeah, trial never answer. Yeah, transfer judge. How? In very few instances.
How do you feel? What is Ben Ubisa?
I mean, that's how the system is. Abenduma. Ukoya Benjuma, dear Bako, a catcher, no, about me transfer anytime. Judicial service, no, so, or Mukwania, Brano, and ye transfer young correct, say case do say in the winning. In few instances, they would tell the judge, say, on your part head. And also, I know friend part head cases, no, okay. See, no, ha, no, you one day be, no, the baby be in the part case, and no, starting new case, be a was a quarter. Ebinu also ye transfer no a foforo no beba no ona ni nyina hye ne sa agisi ye kobo proceedings ni nyina de mano no onu atena wa akan ya hwemu a ti case na se ansana obeto so a wato so de aben judgment no a ye de awie no so watie de aka no na we deliver ruling on it ade we si de bia lawyer adwuma no se bi ebru eniema ehiwo mu no doso minu lawyer bi akọ be ka kiro senior crowd dem say you wutimi drive free ha ekodu tamale Bakona judge antana se na go say wo dan weni edeba. Nti those inconveniences ne de e wo mranum.
But at a point in time metie lawyer Martin Kpebu so many times na o make claims be say ma me ne pese I say or say or no the all cano and a committee ne yamano, but it's never so.
Well, bia ono na nadwen ye ne sa binim se committee no ka ho a no nka ho but nkomo ayen so yeti free say free committee no mu ba na nye papa.
Okay,
na nye papa se bia buru ma mi
ontumi fa ntudwa ho
ma o betimi di bia tudwa.
Okay, ene mi entie bi
ma mi se de esi yenim ni se bibia wa bo ne bredri sebi wabo bra ni bia wo aban adwuma na amene bia amanfo kan anim se de wo mpese wo mo eka no fa enso wabo bra no bi lawyer ni of good standing for so many decades while rising through the ranks to the apex court of the land wo ye ba wafo o da be machi wo ye yire na sebi wo ba committee mu ne no pejansa na ye bobɔ no ho firi na motuam abobɔ no ho
I search
ada ndi e obeto bomb ana obeto bomb ye kure ya nketwa ya ye di na masie ye duru ba bia ya akode ye some courtesy na de ye nye bibi mfa nkyerɛ so ye kyerɛ ba bia makuwo ye kyerɛ so Ghana fo ato aba asesa aban na se bi sa na ye ba bebu mind ya ene ye se be ye hu na ba wafo na ye bobɔ no ho kwabrane bobo dia na wo pe wo no ho a chief justice wo di tuase no ho chief justice na sebi eburu enya ba adwuma dafo ye ya ke bia wo akra wani abrado nse na moto am nui ka se bibi kra ka wunsia no wo nkwa na nyina mu da wo enso enya akwa basa eti ko ye niam bi se ya ebeduru ba bi no na you know o busa bibi na the demeanor ebi wa no complain demeanor ye de ma no ene ade uhunu se sebi enkoyi si hearing bi ye in camera enti eno no kire se apart from nipa no a ye di na asem no obie ni hu kwan bio se ura dem wana I beg to differ. That is not the law. Me committee ya me daso security and intelligence. The only committee ya nyina parliament ya nyina take oath na wie no me nko am sa ko me committee ya me sa ko take another oath se nkomo bia ye bedi wa ha no because security briefings.
That's right.
Me ni sa nkomo no e wa bonten but ye clerks aye no omu ye adwuma omu so take oath no bi but they are all there. Enti ene yesen ke yesi in camera dia nka committee ni ke ni kwan say wo clerk but e wo clerks e wo nkrofo bia nipa be 15-20 a wo mu nyina ye adwuma wo ade ade. Enti sebe so wasi ni kunu a we da na chi wo pese woni ni wura mu no wo betena na chi na obo na chi do mu a sebe no wabodua so mo dua wo in camera no nkire se ene nka mompam clerks ni nyina kamompam wo mu nyina.
All right.
Wo hu enti doc ekoye se niam bi wo ho no mu a
very good
ye dia chirew ye chirew bebi atumi ehye.
Okay.
Na asemi another ni ofo isu wonti asi
how
many times na yen ya asem ma asem no trial court no ebua na afrosoro na asesa. That is the work of the appeal court any the supreme court. Nti asem no ntumi ensesa ene esenka ene ka ye ma appellate court no kra entena ho. Me medi nsem bebre wo bi wa mi di fo e wo high court me court of appeal di ebua ma me ebi so ho mi di bem e court of appeal no ma disagree. Sa netie there are cases at me Supreme Court in fact Nancy Abaku bi immediately before I became an MP na me ye case ama me company bi na I thought say sa case in there na ko so mo grant sa me ko they disagree with me application asa adomasi o ma disagree no wasa abomu ase adawo ase wo pie ko ye nyina ye bu mra no sa na mra no tie na se bi se wo nko a o kasa ade na me ma sem no de you know e ko ye na fro ko soro na asesa obiri ko ye nyina ya asem e bitimi fro ko soro na asesa depending on said the judges no appreciate issues no
ya on package Daniel Fori nioma ochroye or say ordered national security to seize court computers during proceedings in the Republic versus Judicial case without notifying the parties involved. First one. Second, or say cause the arrest and maltreatment of Judicial Service ICT staff during investigations into alleged court recording tampering. Third, or say falsely accuse Judicial Service staff of tampering with court recordings, setting up an inquiry without due process. Fourth one, or say distributed circulars to court instructing them not to grant lawyer Kwame Ofosu-Jiabo audience despite a court of appeal stay of suspension. The first circular cited lawyer Kwame Ofosu-Jiabo's failure to renew his license for 2024, while the second noted the deactivation of his bar association certificate. Last but one, or say directed via a circular that any court orders favoring the said lawyer would be deemed void, infringing on judicial independence. Last one, or say interfered in the Kaswa of Ankoa District Court by halting execution processes lawfully pursued by a winning party.
Doc,
we are in order to also abuse of administrative authority and transfers.
Doc,
yeah.
In him, how serious tampering with court recordings? Say this here. It's
Sure.
serious. The records of the court are sacrosanct. In fact, say you to me as I undermining the whole integrity of the judiciary. And even if we are judge, na advance here, but that was say the record. It is a parliament your hands are na ubi sisa and someone yakano on the floor.
Okay.
And you're serious. Yeah, my in fact, I don't know if you remember the famous page 28. I don't want to go so much in details. Yes. The famous page 28. And see, Chief Justice no what a dual function, the judicial function, sitting as a judge, and then the administrative function as head of the judiciary. You know, we'll see if there's a suspicion, so will be a temper with recordings in respect of a criminal matter. Now, in the administrative functions, you know, we'll take steps. We'll say, why are they? Now, say you man can one enquire. And you know,
okay.
Also, to me, someone will be and the workers who. Obi boss will be in the for yes. Until we say or that for more treatment, dear more treatment. Until the circular that went to them, no near to say you're more treaty woman. I said, be a chew being part of more treaty. Maybe no didn't come over easier, Mitier. Make can be a Tiagana Mara, Emma Swamming go easier. Because I'm a member of parliament in Yame. Baby. Until no, Yakikani Mabomus, na you know
well and tintin etitia omampanyi age adwuma na free nsa.
Oh yes,
but another issue now man for keka say from the public no man for keka say anka be yank nanka say or resign tem nanka asem no konkoda one resign say ya say you na free Supreme Court or ne anim say you na free ye Chief Justice adwuma na free nsam nanka watna Supreme Court bench no so na wa retire on her salary, but this time round aye papa ahane ha omaji mienu nyina free nsam.
Doc
obetumi appeal ana
doc ma me no te asem bi obeka ye na me de pa da rew but na me de o say sabi ekun ya wo kun on case obi mabua no won so ane niema na emum se Ghana fo be hu no say ono ane kun awo kun awosum.
Okay.
But that chia semunti asabi di wa bobra ba beduri say wonye Supreme Court judge bi wonye Chief Justice bi ma wonidi ebi abobra duri wa hunu enti ke bia enyo no nko say di obinya na emum expanding the frontiers of the law.
Okay.
There are so many constitutional cases are young lawyers yet in same big court ba kokura da manim se si ame yes me de beko for interpretation.
Okay.
Sebeye na emrano will expand through interpretation, judicial interpretation. Enti se bibi se ye si aye novel na ye ya de bi adache obi nso betimi aba befa trimodin ni bi a wo bob man e betimi aba befa no no so asite sa president no e de ya de bi ebedi ewu a it will not be enough so obekwa koka say you mejemu timo de munyimedi na you know men konkwetena mbabi di was wonye coward sabi Supreme Court judge ya wono wagina brane me de I'm so proud of her.
Okay.
So ba watumi wasua ngoma watumi agina wansuro me du ba bi kura na me suro ma no me woyɛ mbusuani a me yɛ sure sɛ dɔk nka de o kenkam tu no fo dada say no me serew wo de resign na bra ne ntina fie din edi entia wafuo bi a nanum homfie bi atwa mu ba basi ate sɛ wo a ne batua ne nofo ano NDC fo ya say wakom mama judgment ya Rollins ani nye ho enti omkoye meeting Joaquim Amatekwe beka se kojoti kata ene Rollins na bo no pa so wo munkwose so ba no ene judge fo no yinkubu mutu nkummo mo no kure ya nhwe se maame no judge high court judge se wa wo kura ne betua no nofo ano ye kwati akwala no to twene ba bi tam no kobu no tu na ne ka de maame we ye de ne omunya no kura de bia nkenye tuo ne petrol no mo de hye Justice Cecilia Kranti hado no komo ya nza kura ne komo nye hwe otan pa wotan minhu bi da otan
anytime I'm bisa obetumi appeal ana
well a committee's decision appeal akwa hine constitution no
so any appealable.
I don't think so maybe I may have to look at the law again and speak to my seniors
appeal no yan in two folds say or appeal on the Chief Justice role and now see in the free Supreme Court bench and so which is which
in fact, the window to appeal nankasa no minhu
tokrobia na
minhu said ye beko
okay
because say committee no dia yi a obetimi akọ on maybe the friend Sheshurara and no call file on so manfi
okay
no to quash the whole proceedings if maybe natural justice and I say error of law pa ye very patent
okay
ye very 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 obvious but all these things when him so are file be even on procedural and also so the courts were just not willing to listen.
All right, afi by a final rule no so na yen impact on judicial independence. O remove away akoso a yen say ebetumi undermine the independence of the judiciary in Ghana na.
Absolutely. Doc say me catch we judges ya wo mu bi atena do aso you say fish be a friend aboko or something o say aboko ni achichide da ho and I say dey o say achichide ni aboko say dey na you see mu fansu nsi so na ye ba betoto achichide ho ye bitutu no ho a ni o ya aboko anu otu ho fu if say achichide ni hu nwi we hene ni adi nsu asi jaso bene no say ye di bitutu no ho. It's a judge biano very apprehensive. Very, very, very apprehensive. Na assign ameyehunu constitutional weakness around Article 146 no. Any former Chief Justice Kwedi Hong Komo. Na doc. Ka constitution
so for your gufu.
Oh yes, we di hun komo say basis no ayede de maame no ko yi nyina no ye so lame and in fact I can't agree with her more. Ye so lame said doc odwe hu a wonti ase the framers of the law at the time they were making the law no. Na omunsi e kasi ko Chief Justice Efiriwa agise bibi e affect the fundamentals of the justice system. Fundamentals of the justice system. Say bia example nam dima we page 28 case. Say bi obi ruling na judge no akwa ye ne delete some eyibi ne atwotwo bi ahyem eno no de na atentene ne fapem ne yesa no.
Yeah.
But say me administrative function no obi si nani nye ho. Na ne ebede pa ne obi am na the Chief Justice because ba fo boni wo yi. E bi oba ye ncheye. But Sabre say kasi ko an administrative rule. Rules are we player. Doc, are you saying see nya bibi peswa say ya? And not dear
Ebiana oye nipa.
You see?
Oye nipa.
You see? Enti nipa de wono no sabe wo tu kwan wan ye say binu mu a wo mu tutu kwan ya yenim wo mu do wo mu kro won de obu no ho say ba wa afo me ni me kunu ne betu kwan sabi ministers yi e ka se ye kwotwi dosi abeto ha ono ni kura tu kwan ne ye de no aho apaso na ye mu bidi ene de ye ne himfo ne tutu akwan doc ye meka ni nyina wa yemra ministry by ministry from 1992 minyi me maban NPP mfirimu ye nyina NPP NDC na yenhwe ministers akwantu omutu ye na yenhwe nipa bia no omuka ho a sa nipa no omunya adwuma o ministry na minister na da no sa nkrofo no omfiri na no omuka ho ye be wu maya bi mpo wo mu omunya ba adwuma akwantu no omkoye de ho na so no omuka ho ana be ka se no omuko provide special service omko bo chi dom so hunu enti ye ade ani ahwe o na ade ye dia yes ama mi we no ye ka se ye the same threshold to Jubilee House wa obie ni ho a wo betena na konwa so bosom ya ma na yeyi enei se aban sesa na aban foforo aba no o se mirror aba fo ne ne wona da judicial ya no yi wono so ye ba behwe na administrative function ye mo ye ya oba ye say let ochro ye ni say wo file case bia ye mfamere no ma date ti say wo file ya se be pa na binya date e si gise co chief justice secretariat wow for what be me tias ye
but ohia we no ebetimi ama justice bia judicial service officer bia obetina case bia so no ebe careful bia be dan
oh yes and bia be dan ho so bia si wo Ghana ha history and a repeat Republic versus Akoto and 11 others Akoto sa na friend no one of the landmark case the bia official na bia yekodi ho because who was our case no pa and we've told ourselves never again. But we've gone back there. Ebra Chief Justice Kwame Nkrumah echichi ma Chief Justice kwode mu me bikura wu wonsawem. Na bafo ne nkrofo ye do mbegyan na hu se judge onya pa nko beka se ade we die emfa mberem so no ne hwan se Kwame Nkrumah pen so wo kwa ko judge the enemies of Kwame Nkrumah. Judge no ntimi. Now you ruling no chiro ya just what the kwa no ho de be kire se ye do mutum ye tiemfo mu ntum no ene ye fa ruling no ye kan ya ne asere e said ye bre bi atwamu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e bre bi e beba ade wi a waye ye befa nchirima be kan no ma sere e bi asatam na wutire hu fitaa wo wa bo akokora nchirima a wo beba be sua mra beba be hwenhwe suoi no mbe sere kwa e bi asatam ne ye ko ni anenkese nyina pro ni ekọ nsunchirima besere efise ye di ye ho agro etise agro di etise nkola bi ye di o makugu agoprama so na omu edi agro administrative misjudgment enunti ye chief justice free ho efise judicial service no atua sika bi di ama ono ene ne ho kani anya se da ho no akowia enye so ono ne nam kuntu na se in good faith ni atua ama no if we disagree ye betumi ama no sa ade aba. When there's evidence that Chief Justice is be omotwamu, womonso ye Troy when the auditor disagree ye Troy womonso refund sika bi. Ti said ye bi Public Accounts Committee the BA. Enu nti ye the head of the judiciary every ho. Eno man mo bia ye din. Obia nka ho asem obia ye din.
And Tiabena say you install confidence, no, because as far as rule of law is concerned, I'm for be confidence better from near there.
Oh yes, yes. I don't know. Idea bia a come no idea about to or me yes sure say you bet to me you see ya na enkomobi wo ha ya na empesi be di but ya na ekeka ye ko ho the history of the NDC and the judiciary enye papa. Anytime be a person hear the dark days of the judiciary, you know, na a regime that is connected with the NDC. Anytime. I'm so you come and Nkrumah our the Chief Justice Tumu. The dark days of the judiciary that be coincided with the regime of the NDC. enya papa yenim se baby aba bedru de ka ade ache yen sabi ne de ni biaba ye hwe ne achekere ma no ye nyina ye de akoyenim but se atemu adwuma no na Ira John Dramani Mahama wo bo apro se ye nto abama ne nkoma wodi ye no doc me hunu se ya na beba se ya na beba wo to the extent so see NDC lawyers no catch them say na den na munyina moti wa bo hunu say judges ye wo ho nyina da ye NPP for judges ye wo nyina ye NPP for enti mu hwe say yenso ye ba ban mu a yenso ye de ye nkrofo be kwa koguo enti wo ka say ya say emremu ye be ka say wo motive ni already established
okay
enti de yakoso ye de ye sini a ye twa wie na ye yie
mate
na ya rehosem in fact the second coming no de na mnim so obey statement second coming no me nim say e nyankopon na de ne baaye me diem susu say nyankopon na de ne baaye obia ni otimi fra baanwa enya tumi bi awrade nyankopon pene so nti I thought say this time around what the better say look say na niam bi kura no ntene amema ba me tene no now so it looks like I said you no ye no kura de hu chain yes bia.
All right, lastly Kasima Kakrabi ye brand cry be na and on edge so far so good.
Oh yes.
Your opposition bia enya bete o.
Enya bete.
Omo kwa kwa no say ohene bandi ne papa ti ase.
Oh yes.
Ezo papa nti ase.
Yes.
Na de mpuntu akwa edge so.
Yes.
Na so kwa wanya kakra de.
Nyankopon hye no ho animunyam.
Sa.
Nyame hye me hwe niam bi abede me nsaka ne bi wo ba metimi awiwi a. De me kan ne say ye nyame.
So kokwe health facility bi o mun sin wie.
Yes. In fact nyasam ko hwe enkomasi awie me wo fa engineer kwabna unsu aduo me ene hye ase.
Oh okay.
Ene edru ba bi na what the free.
What's here wie no sene san wa boso.
There be. Because my block work ni nyina aka moso.
Mo.
Aka sem di nua begu so.
Mo bugebo bibia wie.
Bibia.
Oh fine.
Aka se me di nua begu so na.
Na anti project as say we no kakanka no. MP's common fund ana say a personal fund.
To de bia na di afra. Oso nim say common fund yi person
na mo ko ebi my kra.
Oh ebiaba.
Ebiaba.
Aye, ebiaba.
So from by 8 months 9 months money away.
Aye, the early
8 months money away.
Aye.
Na
month so kakra.
Mo ko how many times na ba?
In fact I would not be able to tell. But ebiaba. In fact let me hear your platform so no matter say
almost at
yeah.
All right. But lastly on roads now driver for the year kwan me so anwe kwan no
onwe
omo ye demonstration ya me hu say Ojina TV so kasa no
yes
sa kwan no ye ba election no na mfidie gu so na contractor mejo shop
de bi na
Kofi Job
yes
na ye hu say na mfidie gu eye kwan no so a omo dwini gidigidi oh ema ya reporter ya oba na na menene shasi o koso by be my feedback oba na ni tiri hu nyina e ko
yes that was adwuma
ekoso
yes
mo de e ban by election say ye grading level ya no smooth there e ban say
in fact ye shasi before the by election mo just na
and na say mo shasi a che
ai but na slow
na den na dada
na slow the mechanic say adwuma no akonanim said you who said no mo ye adwuma no omo ye ya ma bridges be 3 and na wom omo ye ni nyina wie ya ye gates no so akamu kakra wo se ye wie de enti dia kan de ka akanwuso
all right
na ye sika san ye te du tam bi nam say sika sem ayi na election no so aduru anisa
na musika san ye
me sana maban ka kire
na ayi GOG source na
yes aban na nitu
enti na fan na GOG fan
yes
all right okay
yes enti sata me bopini maban in fact ubusa former road minister me twen wo mo pa ba sata ko yes
enti yes so abusiafo ye do bibia ase se watimi akọ na wakotie nsani bi na when na kasa se mati nsani bi or how arrogantly MPP communicator na kasa bibisa mo se MPP for mo petumi ana I begin to ask myself say MPP for we do they want political power indeed? Because I am yes or more communicators in it is like ahomaswo. It is like ignorant. I just say idea wunim Now was kukuti. Hypocrisy at its highest level. And I ask myself, these people, do they really want power? Because to me, depend on the to minimum or to me for biwa, yedikiti, yedintro. And by vote say I'm finding her honey and applicants in Krum because of call no Nina Hindada. I know who be that. But NPP for they have not learned anything from their 2024 defeat. And they are still beating around the bush instead of apologizing to the people of Ghana, good people of Ghana, and tell them their policies in which the next election they want to bring up. If only they win. But enkofo we eje ono to and more attack enema ehia Chief Justice yin ni nkrum ha how I know NPP for esibo. But NPP for say Chief Justice in any of and we be a simple question and say Chief Justice no NPP for Mose Munino and yi kasubombi si den na mani abedia asem no ma judge no judges Ghana Bar Association muni kuruma lawyers judges muniko judges niko kuruma momo monkasa ada na mo NPP for na ma judge asem na gina mu munim de ekoso. And you know, say directly, no, and I say indirectly, no, you have a link, and I say you had a link with Tokunu at the judicial system. It is a timer. Musumu jinem mano na mo yede musumu kabi mano. Adem kusiaga nipa mu mo yi gada. No matter what happens, senka obetnasia enka watnase. Eno omo yi ni to sekunda. And it is sad. Say NPP for they haven't learned anything from their defeat and still gallivanting, beating around the bush, moving helter-skelter instead of them to tell the people of Ghana the truth that they have deceived Ghanaians all this while. Right from 2016 to 2024, in Ghana for 4 months on Chomo, no more another chance. This is a simple message. Mega, tell me politician now. They were NDC for go NPP party, I'm telling you. They were NDC for go NPP party, I'm telling you, me na me catch on. They will collapse the party because NDC for Koswa Ebrom Wasi. No more deliver, no more making sure say Omu here Ghana for said your movie. There is no way MPP will come to power at this time. Yen kaso mumba do, but any day on beba ebeche ebi after 49 years and after 50 years because MPP as a political party right now, no, it is in a what? It is in a what? A dangerous. It is in a dangerous land. Oh, one kasa kwa kutuko mfa kwa danship. Hwede na no Chairman Buga betina so kan yo. Hwen simple wura ne ka. Ose ye jano a esimo betwetwa pie no. Ene ye me yase omunja no no kasa. Sara adresa fodie no. Omunja no kasa. E ka wo betim oso nsem. Ye kan mo si han ye de ye ti social media. Ene President Mahama I endorse ye say new media ba. Enti wo ya de wanyi ni ya. Ye be criticize. Oh, this is my platform. Nobody can take it away from me. Unless I do the bad thing and I be in call for because of more you may feel so unnecessary. But I will always do the right thing and follow the procedure. And I will always criticize who I'm supposed to criticize. In the MPP for one year, yeah, a bokoswa kamasem. But my culture is a mega mean do be at it because Ghana na was see, you know. I got him the best of them a common sense. And no NPP NDC for more, you know. I was saying, my info was me, baby, into the Mekoba. Bidding common midst, bidding commuch the wide comment session. Mahanum, a number one. Yeah, maybe Hanum, you are number one authentic platform. Negative, Yakupon Koswa, Asia, Macron, bye bye.